How to stop overthinking in marriage. It's not always loud when something shifts in your marriage. Sometimes, it's as quiet as a pause in a text message, a colder tone in a familiar voice, the silence at dinner stretching just a little too long, and suddenly, your heart starts writing a whole story without facts, only fear. Overthinking in marriage doesn't mean you're broken. It means you care deeply, but don't feel safe. You want answers, but your mind keeps offering you scenarios instead. Today, I want to talk to the part of you that stays up late wondering, what if I'm not enough? Or, what if something's wrong? Let's slow down that spinning wheel inside your head. Let's return to clarity, connection, and kindness. Not through big dramatic changes, but through 5 gentle shifts that bring peace back into your marriage. Part 1. Don't fill the silence. Wait for the full story. Imagine this. It's 6 p.m. You text your partner, heading home soon? There's no reply. By 7 p.m., your brain has already produced 3 versions of reality. Maybe they're upset. Maybe they're avoiding you. Maybe something's wrong. But here's the truth, maybe they're just driving, or talking to a colleague, or lost in thought. We tend to fill in blanks with the loudest fear, not the quietest possibility. In long-term love, it's easy to assume, but harder to wait. That's where peace lives, in the pause between trigger and reaction. Instead of shooting off a second text laced with anxiety, what if you whispered to yourself, it's okay not to know right now? Take a deep breath. Distract yourself with something kind. Fold a blanket. Light a candle. Step outside. The more you train yourself to wait instead of worry, the more space you create for the truth to meet you where you are. Your marriage doesn't need your assumptions. It needs your patience, your stillness, your willingness to say, let me listen first, before I decide what this means. Part 2. Take a break from the thought, not the person. One of the most damaging habits in overthinking is pulling away from our partner, not because we want to, but because we don't know what else to do with the chaos in our mind. You start replaying something they said, or didn't say, and instead of asking about it, you go quiet, you become colder, maybe you stop touching. It's like building a wall to keep yourself safe from a storm that hasn't even arrived. But here's the shift. When your mind is loud, you don't have to push your partner away. You can take a break from the thought, not the relationship. Instead of retreating into silence or sarcasm, try stepping out of your mind for a few minutes. Not to solve anything, just to reset. Go wash your face, walk around the block, hug your dog, play your favorite song. Give your nervous system a break from the what ifs. Then come back, not with accusations, but with softness. Most people aren't trying to hurt us. They're just caught in their own world. If we build bridges instead of walls, we give them a chance to come back to us. 2. Part 3. Say what you feel, not what you fear. You know what overthinking sounds like in a marriage? Why didn't you text me back? You always ignore me. You probably don't care. But underneath those sharp words is something much softer. I missed you. I felt alone. I was scared I don't matter. The problem isn't that we feel too much. It's that we don't know how to express it in a way that builds connection instead of tension. So here's the practice. Next time your mind starts spiraling, pause before speaking. Ask yourself, what's the feeling behind the fear? Then name it, gently. Use words that open hearts, not close doors. Say, I noticed I got anxious when I didn't hear from you. I think I needed some reassurance. Or, I know it's probably nothing, but part of me worried I did something wrong. Do you see how different that sounds from accusation? When you speak from the core of your emotion, not the storm of your fear, you create a space for love to enter. Overthinking thrives in silence, but love grows in honest, gentle words. Part 4. Make time for eye contact, not just eye screens. Many couples say they're still together, but what they really mean is, we share space. not connection. Overthinking doesn't come out of nowhere. It often grows in the soil of emotional disconnection. When was the last time you looked into your partner's eyes without distraction? Not scrolling, not watching TV, just sitting across from each other and saying, "How was your day?" Really? These little rituals, 5 minutes of eye contact in the morning, talking while holding hands at night, cooking a meal together without phones, these are not luxuries. They're lifelines. They're the antidote to the mind's temptation to fill the silence with fear. Because when you're consistently connected in small, grounding ways, your brain doesn't have to work so hard. It starts to feel safe, seen, held. You don't need 3-hour date nights every week. You just need 10 minutes of real presence. Every day. Marriage doesn't fall apart in loud arguments, it fades in quiet neglect. And connection, real connection, is always built one moment at a time. Part 5. Let love be imperfect, and still enough. At the heart of overthinking is this silent lie: if I were better, more secure, more attractive, more perfect, I wouldn't feel this way. And that's where we get stuck, believing love should erase all doubt. But real love, the lasting kind, doesn't promise certainty. It asks for faith. It invites you to stay open, even when it's messy, because the truth is, you won't always get a quick answer. You won't always feel confident. Some days, the silence will still sting. But love isn't built in flawless moments. It's built in the willingness to say, even if I don't know what this means, I choose to stay kind. I choose to stay close. I choose to trust again. That trust isn't a blind leap. It's a practice. It's choosing to believe in the bigger picture of your marriage, especially when the small moments feel uncertain. Overthinking wants control, but love asks for surrender. And that surrender? That's where peace lives. Conclusion. You can return to peace, one gentle shift at a time. If you take nothing else from this message, take this: you are not wrong for overthinking. You are simply human, loving deeply in a world that moves fast. But peace isn't found in figuring everything out. It's found in slowing down, softening your heart, and choosing presence over panic. You don't need to fix every thought. You just need to not let it run the show. Let your love be a place where truth replaces fear, where silence is safe, and where both of you are allowed to be imperfect and still chosen. If you found this video meaningful, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. If you're facing unresolved challenges in your own marriage, we invite you to share your story in the comments below. We read every message, and we hope our words of encouragement will give you the strength to keep going. Even on the hardest days, we're here with you, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.